We met once. I don't know if you remember this. We met at Windsor Castle.
I do remember that, yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of an
nice.
event for me. Probably you every Saturday night, wasn't it?
No, because the Queen was there. We met the Queen, didn't we? Did you meet the Queen? I certainly met the Queen there.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was so weird. It was weird. It was like, I mean, everyone from British film was there. George Lucas was there, Kenneth Branagh was there, who's a legend, but gave a slightly weird speech about how she's the ultimate Bond girl.
Yeah.
And then, but we all lined up, and it's all like, you know, crazy 16th century paintings and tapestries and, you know, suits of armour. And you line up, and there's like a guy stood next to her with gloves on, and he goes like, you know, Jonathan Ross.
He's the equerry.
The equerry?
He's an equerry.
You go there all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, so for me, I went up, and the guy next to went like, Riz Ahmed, actor, writer, and rapper. And I just was like, look, and you know, usually you shake people's hands like this, right? Well, your finger is messed up.
Yeah, sorry.
And, but they were like, she shakes hands like that.
Well, that's right.
But because he said rapper, and I looked, I thought she was trying to spud me. So I went like...
Wow.
And then all the people around her were like, he's going to punch her. And then so I ended up just kind of like weirdly like just touching her fist. Choking and walking. It was so awkward.
Quite something. Did anyone say anything about that to you afterwards, or did they let it go?
No, I went up to Idris Elba afterwards, like, did she try and spud you? He was like, no, man, get away from me. What are you doing?
So Four Lions was just an incredible... What a bold part as well, because it was just to find comedy in that area. Here you had a group of people who are fundamentalist, terrorists, essentially, or wannabe terrorists, but idiots at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, they really want to be terrorists, but they're just a bit crap at it, unfortunately. Yeah. That was when I played a crow.
Yeah, that was
a lot of people thought I didn't have it in me, but...
but since then, and this is my point, I love the thing is I've seen you mainly in, it seems to me, American films or television shows, mainly playing American people.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, and you do that very convincingly. Now, do you live over there now? Do you still have a place here? What's your career like?
No, I don't. I live here. I'm from London, born and raised. I don't live too far from here, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, I stay in UK.
Does the American accent that come easy to you? Because, you know, I have a reasonable radar for that, and I hate it when I hear an English performer not quite nailing it. Right. You seem to get it very right to me. How hard? I don't
know. I guess, you know, I grew up like a lot of people do between different worlds. I had a traditional Pakistani household. I got scholarships to go to, like, a private school in Oxford, and I used to skip class to hang out with my mates who were basically, like, rude boys. Yeah. Whatever.
So already you had kind of three different...
Acting from, like, from childhood or whatever. But I kind of feel like a lot of accents are actually... quite similar without you realising it. Like Welsh and Indian are quite similar.
I'm going to let you take the lead on this.
They are. So it's, I just realised it's going to be racist to everyone. Universally offensive. So I don't know, it's like I'm from Wales, down in the valleys, and we keep lots of sheep. What you do with those sheep is put them inside a chicken tandoori, and we put it in the biryani, and all of a sudden... You know,
I see that.
They both got that sing-songy thing.
Yeah. Let me ask, you mentioned your parents, they were from Pakistan, they came here in the 70s,
That's right, yeah.
What do your parents think of your career? Were they keen to see you in the acting world, or did they find
Definitely
that
not.
Oh.
No.
What did they want for you?
Well, I think it is quite an insane thing to do, you know. It's like playing the lottery, really. It's, you know, you can be lucky or unlucky. And, I don't know, my dad is like... Actually, remember when I got cast in Nightcrawler, I was like, Dad, I got cast in this film with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's quite a big deal.
By the way.
Thank you.
It's an incredible film.
Thank you.
Not familiar.
She actually auditioned for my role and didn't get it. That's why she's just bitter. Yeah. Saw her in the audition room, like...
Consumed with anger.
Yeah.
Been me in there.
And I remember my dad was like... I was like, yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. He goes, OK. It's not too late to become a banker. And I was like, what? He's like, it's a good time to become a banker. They're recruiting. And I was like, it's a terrible time to become a banker. There's a financial crash on. Like, all the banks have just crashed. And he was like, at least you know where you stand. It's not up and down like this. You know? Yeah.
So you're enjoying... it's going crazy for you now, I imagine, because the HBO show, which is showing over here on Sky Atlantic, it's on Thursday at 9 p.m, but you can do that thing online where you see all the episodes at once.
You can binge it.
Well, trust me, you're going to want to, because I watched it. I watched 4 in the first night, 4 in the second. You've seen it, haven't you, Amy?
It's the best show of the last many years.
Yeah,
it's the greatest show.
It's called The Night Of. It's just really so gripping. Set it up for us. Tell us what happens to your character in it.
Well, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's really a kind of uncompromisingly detailed, unflinching, realistic kind of look at a murder case.
Oh, OK, then I watched something else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is embarrassing.
So, yeah, and it's kind of, you look at it from lots of different angles, from the kind of detective's point of view, from the courtroom point of view, and prison as well, which is why I was interviewing lots of people, you know, hearing their prison stories and learning all about that. I remember I was chatting to this one guy, and he was like, so if somebody like you came in, I'd be like, yo, that's a herb, which means like, you know, a fresh green kind of thing. And I'd be like, yo, let me see those shoes. And if you gave me your shoes, I'd be like, all right, maybe I can make you my girl. I was like, I've got to stand up for myself a bit here. So I was like, I don't think you can make me your girl, actually. And he was like, you want to bet? And we didn't come back to it, but the rest of the interview kind of felt like a weird date. You know, where it was a lot of... there's a lot of tension in there, yeah.
Riz is a very highly regarded rapper. Of course you are. That's why you were introduced to the Queen in that way. And can you keep that career going? Is that OK to be doing the Riz MC stuff alongside the acting?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's just a time thing, but right now I kind of released a mixtape earlier this year.
Yeah.
And I've got an album coming out in the middle of October with my band, the Sweatshop Boys.
Nice.
You like the name, right?
Like that.
And so, yeah, kind of still got stuff coming. I used to do kind of rap battles, which is like, it's how I started out.
Well,
you know,
I
like 8 Mile, freestyle battles.
I like that when two normally young men will get together and insult each other to their very face.
Yeah, yeah.
You never have kind of aggravating circumstances.
Yeah, just kind of poetry fighting instead of...
What kind of insults would you drop? What kind of bombs do you drop on the other G's?
Well, I could do like some freestyles about, like,
yes,
you know,
let's
about
do
you
this.
guys.
Let's
so
do some
you go
freestyles
like,
about it. OK.
Can we drop a beat for you?
No, thank you.
OK.
We'll do something together. We'll rap together later.
No,
completely slaved you there.
No, he's more of a solo.
I gotta get ready.
No, come on, get it.
That's just me warming up for the battle, getting my mean streak on. So I don't know, like I was out in I've been out in the States, though Trump wants me to go. If you watch TV at home, I'm right there on HBO. Don't mess with Ollie Murs or he'll murk your whole crew. You'll regret it, just like Amy's lower back tattoo. And shout to Bear Grylls, he eats carcasses and grass. Guess it must have been him that ate Jonathan Wass's R's.
Yeah. I like that. That's pretty good. That's the full package right there. Riz Ahmed, there you go. There you go. Brilliant. Yeah. And to think we nearly lost you to the world of banking. Riz is a young English-Pakistani man from Wembley, now one of the biggest stars on the planet. Your parents must be so proud, aren't they?
You know, it's funny you should ask that, right? Because last time I was here, you were like, what does your dad think about your career?
Well, because you studied at Oxford, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And what did he want you to be?
Not an actor.
Yeah.
And so you asked me what he thought, and, you know, I told you a little story, a little anecdote about how, you know, came up to me after I did my first big kind of American film, and he was like, you know, it's not too late to become a banker. And I was like, all right, cool. And since I told that story on this show, his attitude has completely changed. But it's not because of my career, it's because he got a shout-out on this show.
Wow. What's your dad's name?
His name's Javid.
Let's give him a Javid. He's done well. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you, mate.
Not really. That's it. I'm there for you.
Yeah.
OK, so I was so excited. I've always liked it, but I was so excited when you landed the role in Star Wars. You're in Star Wars Rogue One, a big part in that film. Now, were you at the stage then where you no longer have to audition for films? Because I know actors get to a certain stage where they don't come in, they don't have to read anymore, do they?
Sometimes. It depends the scale of the film. When I did Star Wars, I definitely had to audition for it still. And I kind of went a bit overboard. So they were like, you know, could you read for the scene? And the director made this stupid mistake of giving me his email address. So I recorded an audition and I sent it to him. And you know, sometimes you get like, you know, like after we leave this chat show, we might go home and go, oh, shit, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Right? And, so I started thinking, like, hang on a minute, I can do it better. Shouldn't have done it like that. So I sent him another audition, and I sent him another one, and over the next 3 days, I sent him 14 different versions of the scene. And the thing is, when I watch them back now, they're actually on the Star Wars DVD extras. They're not even that different. I just changed my clothes. Yeah. Literally, I do one with a hat on, then I put my glasses on. I kind of misunderstood what acting was about at some fundamental level. But
so this is my range. I can wear glasses.
Yeah, look good in different colours. Yeah.
But you got the part. You got the part. That's the important
thankfully,
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you didn't get to use zzz, did you?
Why you got to rub my nose in it?
I mean, I'm just saying you didn't get to use the...
Yeah, thanks, man. I didn't see you on set. You know what I mean?
OK, let's talk about this new movie. But no, let's talk about Pakistan a little bit, because I've never been to Pakistan. I've always wanted to go to Karachi, which is one of, if not the biggest city on the planet.
It is. It's over 20 million people.
You just came back. You were there earlier this year, weren't you?
I was, man. It was kind of an emotional trip for me because, you know, my heritage is Pakistani, you know, speak Urdu at home and very much part of my culture. But when I was growing up here, sometimes, you know, I was made to feel like I wasn't really British or, you know, like didn't really fit in. And so the first time I went to Pakistan, where I had a memory of it, I mean, actually the first time I went when I was 2 to get circumcised.
Wow.
So that wasn't the best memory I had, you know what I mean?
I mean, you don't want to see that on TripAdvisor, do you?
You don't. Yeah. I was like, I went back when I was 15, I was like, okay, I'm really going to fit in here. Because, you know, I mean, really, the way I'm dressed today is a tribute to how we dressed on Eid, you know, shalwar kameez with Reebok Classics, basically. Walking down South or Broadway, waving a flag, shouting Pakistan when you've never really been. So I went there and I was like, okay, this is going to be it, it's going to be amazing. And I was like, okay, I do not fit in here.
Yeah. Why not?
I really
Why
don't.
not?
It's because I'm a Londoner. Do you know what I mean?
But is it the way you dressed, or was when you were speaking?
It was more the fact that I was stuck on the toilet for 23 hours a day. It's hard to make friends from the seated position. Yeah. And so after that, I was like, I came back and I was a bit like, you know what, Pakistan's not for me. I don't have a connection to that place in that meaningful way. And it was healthy in a way because I really started to realize that actually, for those of us who are often made to feel like we don't fit into Britain, we don't fit into this place, or we don't fit into different social circles, it's on us to try and carve out that space and feel comfortable in it. And that's really what's driven a lot of my work as an actor and a musician. So I became more comfortable with that kind of mixed identity, you know, London Stani or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then when I went back to Pakistan this time, I went with no expectations, didn't put any pressure on it. It's kind of like how, you know, if you go into a relationship with no pressure, it goes a bit smoother, it's a bit more chilled out.
Yeah, you don't build it up in advance, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
A high point for you? What was the kind of highlight of the trip?
The high point was when the army arrested us for trespassing onto a military base.
Well, hang on again.
No, but wait, just wait.
Once again, that's not a TripAdvisor review I want to see and say, I'm going to Karachi.
Maybe not. Well, they didn't arrest me. They kind of like said, listen, you got to come with us because you shouldn't be here. You're not Actually, it was quite a metaphor for the whole thing. They were like, you're not really Pakistani, you don't have a Pakistani passport. So they kind of took us into this kind of little holding area and Pakistan's an unexpected place. A lot of people see the news and they'll be like, oh, you know, it's just terrorism, Taliban, all this stuff. That is a problem there, but also like poets are held in such high esteem there. And throughout the Middle East, so like the X factor in the Arab Gulf isn't pop idol, it's poetry idol. That's how big it is. Poets fill stadiums over there.
Really?
Yeah, so when I told them I was a rapper, they were like, what? I was like, yeah, no, I'm a poet. And they go, all right, then show us what you got. So I basically had to rap for my freedom in Karachi to be released by the military intelligence. Wow. And so I did a freestyle. There's a good pun in there about dropping bars. But basically, yeah, once I rapped for them, they were like, actually, that's pretty good, you can go. So let me go,
That's amazing. So presumably you're going to go back. You're going to go back to Pakistan in the near future, I would have thought.
Maybe, hopefully, yeah. It's actually kind of like my trip there really inspired the new music that I'm going to be putting out, which is solo, coming out the start of October. The track's called Mogambo.
Mogambo?
Yeah,
not
exactly, yeah.
Mogambo. One final thing. I guess when you were a kid growing up, there wouldn't have been a lot of actors who looked like you in roles on TV unless they were, you know, in small parts. I guess you didn't have that much kind of representation or that much that you saw that gave you the hope that you could be an actor, you could be a star. Would that be right?
Yeah, kind of, but I think we also got to remember that there was a kind of... there were always people that paved the way. You know, people like Sanjeev Bhaskar, Meera Syal, Art Malik, you know, so many kind of amazing actors out of India. So there's always, you know, people you can draw inspiration from, but hopefully that carries on changing and diversifying. And, you know, Lily's been such an amazing voice for young women to be able to look up to and say, actually, I can speak my mind. Gemma, who's going to come out in a minute, she's in that hit film, which has totally changed things in Hollywood in terms of what can be a hit film. So for me, I think that this issue isn't so much about, oh, I want a piece of the pie or my people want to get a taste. It's actually a success for all of us. You know, when a young woman gets to speak her mind and celebrate for it, it's a win for all of us.
Yeah.
If Crazy Rich Asians does really well, it's a win for all of us. So it just brings us all a bit closer together and we recognize each other within each other. So, yeah, that's what it's all about.
Riz got married since last time he was on the show, ladies and gentlemen, which is lovely. Congratulations. Congratulations. How did you meet your wife?
Basically, I was just sat in a cafe writing on my laptop, and she just walked into the same cafe and sat down opposite me. You don't believe it, do you?
No, but that's like in a movie. So you met
exactly. Everyone said it
sharing
was
a
like,
table at a coffee shop.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it was kind of more like she was just really being quite loud and disturbing me. I was trying to concentrate. I saw someone like coming like a hurricane, talking loudly on the phone in Urdu, caught my attention, carried on working, and then she just started kind of creating chaos in the cafe by like emptying out her bag. There were like stuff everywhere, and I was like, what's going on? She's looking for her charger. She found it. Tried to go back to my work. Then she was like trying to plug it in. There was only one socket. I think she was trying to slyly take mine out of the socket.
You know what's lovely though? That's a taste of married life in advance,
exactly.
right there.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So,
true to form.
So the first words you said to her, or she said to you, were they about the USB socket? What was the first memorable exchange you had?
I just said, "Can I help you?" Yeah, we just started chatting.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how did you propose?
So she's a novelist, so she's amazing at Scrabble. Not that those two necessarily always go together.
Yeah, but it helps.
But in this case, it does. Yeah. And she would just always slaughter me at Scrabble. And so I had this idea to like play a game of Scrabble with her, but I'd nick the letters that spell out "marry me" in advance. And
so you cheated in a game of Scrabble. That's what I take away from that. That's disgraceful.
It was the thing. People think I was doing something sweet, but I was just trying to like own Scrabble permanently. Do a power move on that board.
She's American, so how is she getting on with the English vernacular? Do you use English slang with her? Has she picked it up? Because I know a lot of Americans struggle with the way we speak, which is ridiculous, because, of course, it's just their language, but proper.
Yeah, it's always weird, isn't it, when Americans kind of say, like, I love your accent. And we're like, you're the ones with the accent.
Yeah.
So she does love some British slang. I think the word that she likes the most, and I've seen this from other Americans as well, apparently it's very popular for them, that we say and they don't, is donut.
When you call someone?
Yeah, when you say someone's a donut, yeah, you're a complete donut, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've told her though, when people are saying it to her when she's driving, it's not nice. She just starts laughing, like, yeah, donut, yeah. He's abusing it.
Yeah. Riz has a new film out, ladies and gentlemen. I've seen it. It's amazing. Of course it is. It's called Encounter. It's a kind of a... I don't want to give too much away. It's one of those films. How would you describe it?
It's a kind of psychological thriller, and it's about a father who's trying to save his kids from an unknown and unseen threat.
Yeah.
And it's really just about trying to protect your family at all costs in a very uncertain world. And, you know, it's interesting because some people do describe it as sci-fi. I'd say it's got all those thrills and spills of a sci-fi film. But it's actually more like kind of now-fi. It's about the world right now.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of a threat not dissimilar to what we've all just lived through.
Yeah, there's a kind of strong fear of infection, let's say, in the film that the father is protecting his kids from. And it's kind of crazy because, you know, when we were actually shooting it, everyone behind the camera was wearing biohazard suits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you didn't need to take a big imaginative leap.
Is this the first time you played a father on screen?
It is, yeah.
Amazing. And the kids are terrific with you.
They're incredible, yeah. So that's Lucian River over there, who's the older kid. He's amazing. He's kind of reminding me of like Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Grape or something. When you see the film, incredible kids. And Aditya Gadada, who's 8, who's gonna rule the world one day. There's no stopping this kid. But they say, they say don't work with kids and animals. And I thought that's because it was chaotic. But it's not, it's because they're better than you. Don't do it.
They are.
I mean, it's so good.
I should just take a detour because it says on there, of course, now it says whenever you're in a movie now, they're going to say Academy Award nominee, Riz Ahmed, of course, which you received for Sound of Metal.
That's right, yeah.
Obviously, it must have been a big thing to be nominated for an Academy Award. It's a huge thing. How did your family take that? Were they as excited as one would expect?
Yeah. In general, let's say, yeah. Yeah. Most of them were very, very excited.
When you say most of them, who wouldn't be?
I've got this one cousin. Everyone's got this one cousin, right? And he's not a hater or anything. He's a lovely guy. He just didn't know what the Oscars were.
Wow. Hold it. How old is he?
He's old enough to know. Yeah, he just didn't know what the Oscars were. So he kind of he saw the text on the family WhatsApp group. Everyone's saying congratulations and stuff. And he kind of chimes in and he was like, look, what's the big deal? Is this like when I won Best Regional Employee of the Financial Quarter?
Wow.
Yeah. Someone else chimed in and said, no, it's not because you actually won that. and Riz didn't win, so...
Wow,
yeah.
That's family tough
family,
love there,
man.
right there.
Yeah.
Sting, do you have a telly in your room?
A telly?
A TV?
No.
So it couldn't have been just something on the telly?
No, I wouldn't have a telly in my bedroom.
You wouldn't have a telly in your bedroom?
No.
Why would you not have a telly in your bedroom? How does your marriage survive?
You really want to go there?
Yeah. Wow. No telly in the bedroom. That is the most shocking thing I've heard today. Riz, have you got a telly in your bedroom?
I don't know.
What? What's going on? Gary, please tell me you've got a telly. 100%. Large 80-inch flat screen, I'm guessing.
No, not big, but a telly.
You got a telly, yeah.
Just pop Heartbeat on to get her in the mood.
Hold on.
Here comes Mickey.
Is that what you call it?
Okay. Riz, earlier on you mentioned music, and of course we should talk about it because your music, you're not with the Sweatshop Boys anymore. You haven't got that going on, have you?
No, I'm not doing Sweatshop Boys anymore, which was my rap group.
Yeah.
But I'm still releasing solo music.
Would you mind, you don't have to, feel free to say no whatever it is, but would you spit a bar or two for me now?
I'd rather not right now, just because I'm in the presence of musical greatness. So I'm just...
Hold it. What about outside there as well? Over there as well, come on.
I'm in the presence of acting greatness over here.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Acting greatness, musical greatness.
Please join me in saying thank you to the fabulous Riz Ahmed.